Alright. So, new game. Play as Riku. We're gonna play on Proud mode again, because I'm insane. Alright, vibration settings. Settings confirmed. Oh, hide my face.
Where am I?
Stay asleep.
Who's there?
You should remain asleep. Here, between light and dark.
Between what? The king! Where's the king? Together we close the door to darkness. After that?
You came drifting here by yourself. You did not have the strength to overcome the darkness. Or maybe you were close to it.
As if I'm some kind of demon.
Turn from the light. Shut your eyes. Here, blanketed by the darkness, sleep is safety. Sleep is eternal. But
What's this?
it is a door to the truth. Take it and your sleep ends as you take the first step toward the truth. But know this, the truth will bring you pain. Will you still go? There is no return to the security of sleep.
This seemed like a boring place to take a nap anyway.
That was very well said, Riku.
A door to the truth, huh?
Who do you agree with, Kenny? I've still got Dramatic Thunder. It was here earlier and now it's come back. Here's my face again. Hello. Okay, so yeah, Riku has some terrific lines in this game. Like, this is a boring place to take a nap anyway. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Exactly. So he's great. Okay, so just check this out. This is Riku's version of a dodge roll. Is a one-handed forward handspring. I don't know why he doesn't use his second hand, but he's just too badass, I guess. All right, so we might as well save because there's a save point. I mean, we're not going to lose anything here, and let's put a space between the save points or the saves, so we know the difference. And you can tell this is a Riku save, and this is a Sora save. Well, you can tell because it has their name on it, but it also has their different face anime or drawings art. So yeah, Riku, were you like that line? Riku's got some really great lines coming for you. All right. So Riku only has one world to start with, and that world is Hollow Bastion. So let's check this out. This is Hollow Bastion. What you see is not real. It's the world of your memory. My memory? The things you remember from your time at Maleficent's castle became a card, and that card made this world. You've seen everything here before, haven't you? Yeah? So what now? Am I going to learn something? Maybe meet someone? You would meet the people in your memories. Ordinarily. What does that mean? Hey, I'm asking you a question. Fine. But it had better be you I run across next, voice. He ain't taking nobody's crap. He's like, whatever. We're gonna do this. Okay. So, a key of beginnings. Same idea as before. Oh, and by the way, that voice would sound familiar to you, except they changed voice actors between Kingdom Hearts 1 and the rest of the series. So, it probably didn't sound familiar to you. That's okay. You'll figure it out eventually. So, the only things that are going to drop on the world now...
Take this.
Hang on, let's check out this combat. You see, Riku has a deck already built. And it plays much the same way as Sora's deck. But of course, he's got this winged sword, and then the reload card doesn't have a number on it. That's because Riku always instantly reloads, which is a pretty nice thing. You're not good with voices anyways, that's fine. The game will show you eventually who that is. And you gain experience the same way. And you can see he doesn't have any magic. He just has attacks. And that's going to be true for the entire game. Riku has no magic. And as you can see, we can boost here. You don't actually gain slates. The bottom one would be the slates for Sora. For Riku, it's darkness boost, which will raise his DP. Ansem, yes. Yeah, that's who it is. Good job figuring that out, even though you are good with voices and that was the wrong voice. Excuse me. So yes, raise Riku's DP, which I'm sure Rose will love. And then we have attack boost, which raises his attack power. And we have his HP boost, which raises his... Oh, I don't know why this isn't health boost. You got HP boost, attack boost, darkness boost. And you can't raise the darkness right now for reasons. So we'll just raise his attack. He hits stronger. So instead of here's the thing about Riku. Riku cannot customize his card deck. He must fight with the provided deck. The cards in the deck will change as Riku advances through the game, and that's it. You can set a shortcut if you want. You get a free enemy card. So this is where I'm actually going to be using the enemy cards because it gives you free enemy cards to use. And every world has its own deck, and that's the deck you have to use. You cannot change the cards, you cannot move the cards. That is your deck. So he's got a little bit different gameplay. Like I said, he doesn't have magic. He just has the attack cards, and you can increase the strength of them, and that's what, instead of doing CP, you increase attack. The world maps are the same map cards. There's a lot of map cards that aren't here. Like, you're not going to see magic boost here because he doesn't have magic. Makes sense, right? So some of those cards will not be here. I don't think there will be any treasure cards or Moogle Room cards. Yeah, there won't be. I know there won't be any Moogle Room cards, and I don't think there's any treasure room cards because there's no treasures to get, and you can't buy any, there's nothing to buy from the Moogles. And then he's got, instead of Jiminy's Journal, he's got a D report, and it's got the same stuff in it. Let's see. And here's his list of slates. He has far fewer slates than Sora did. And he's got this one called Dual Attacks, which we'll discover as we wander through the castle. Alright, so let's just go. And I cannot remember. This sword is called the Soul Eater. No relation to the Fighter franchise. And fortunately, it is really basic and uncustomizable. But he has other gameplay stuff that comes in that makes it more interesting. We'll get there. For now, it's just button mashing. Which reminds me, I was going to point out last night, after going through all the stuff and talking about how, oh hey, there's so many different ways to play the cards for Sora, right? Oh, there's the slates, and there's different enemy cards, and you can do so many different things, and it's so interesting. It turns out that the best way to beat the final boss was to just put the highest cards in there and spam them. Right, so I can't boost my attack power anymore, I gotta boost my health power, so I'll do that. And so the only things that drop out here are the green health orbs, because there's nothing to buy for Moogle, so no Moogle points. Oh, oi, stop with the lightning. So yeah, the combat is a little boring right now, but it was a little boring for Sora early on too, if you'll recall. Oh crap. They don't keep your settings between gameplay. So they flipped back my scrolling through my deck buttons and my lock-on button. Oh, and here's another thing about Riku. He can't heal. He has no cure cards.
Take this.
These are the strong monsters, but they're much weaker than when Sora fought them. So it works out okay. And raises HP. Fortunately, raising HP heals you, and fortunately, these green orbs drop out here. So there are ways to heal.
Take this.
And he does have slates. Let's see. If I do that one, well, that's not a slate. That's just a string of attacks. There we go. Oh, right. So, enemy cards. This one is called Protect, and I don't know what it does. I guess it protects you from being broken once? Or no, it only lasts through one reload, so I was almost at the reload when I used it. We'll look at the card in the deck once we finish up here. There we go. So that every world gives you an enemy card, and then the same boss enemy cards still drop, and you just get to dump all of them in your deck. So that part is actually pretty convenient, and we will get to. So decreases damage received by physical attack. So that's probably a thing to equip pretty much every time. Excuse me, just throw that out there immediately. All right, so let's move on through here. We can do a moment's reprieve, so I guess we will. Let me just tell you now, the really scary world, as far as I can remember, is Wonderland, because the decks do not change. The decks are the same regardless of what level you are, what order you go to the worlds in, and the deck for that world sucks, and the enemies kick your butt. All right, so the world map says we got to go this way. We need a 2 card, and I have a bunch of zeros. That's weird. Let's use a Tranquil Darkness, I guess. So we'll just go ahead and immediately equip that, so that when we get attacked, we will be protected. Always use protection. There we go. So in that sense, it's exactly like the Final Fantasy spell. Ha! See how much less damage that did to me than before? So that protect is actually pretty useful. Remember when we were here as Sora, these enemies had like full bars of health. Now they only have like quarter and third bars of health. So they really are easier, I promise. Even though they look like the tough enemies. Lasting Days. Might as well boost that attack power. Let's kill things fast. Alright, go get ready for bed. Have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Ah.
Like it. Take this.
That was easy enough. Feeble darkness. Alright, let's go ahead and go in here. We need any red card. And this card. So there we go. You started streaming on the chat. Hang on. Pause. The chat won't, the chat doesn't show you the previous messages, like, from before you logged on. So, you didn't miss anything. Rose just said she was going to bed. So you should be good. Alright, so this is Riku's first story area. Or do you still not see your chat when you sent that message either? Because if you don't see that chat, that's weird. And possibly a problem. Alright. That's really weird. I don't know. Oh, good. I'm glad. Alright. Everything is just how I remember it. Even this room. It must be nice being back in your old bedroom. Think of all the memories. He had a nice library in his room. You again. Sorry, but these memories I could do without. Maleficent gave me this room. So she did, and you lived here, tempted by the darkness she offered. You cast away your home, your friends, everything, but at least they gave you a nice room. Stop talking! The dialogue in Riku's story is much more entertaining to me. At least she gave you a nice room. Yeah, I mean, you put up with all that stuff, but you got a nice room, right? That makes you feel better, right? No? Doesn't? Really? Okay. I love the snark.
Take this.
Take this!
Like it.
Hoo-ha! Yes, so's Riku. Just wait, I promise. It's gonna be great. So, this world is very much like when you were doing things with Sora, but the other worlds are gonna be a little bit different. Let me explain. So this world, we're gonna have all 3 story cards, same as before. The other worlds usually only have 1. And Riku, like the voice said, he doesn't have any friends to talk to. So, he's not going to have long cutscenes talking to people. He's going to have very short cutscenes talking to himself in that voice. But he's going to, things are going to progress well with the story. It's, like I said last night, it's a very interesting story all the same.
Take this.
Much better than Sora's, because we could do things to Riku between now and Kingdom Hearts 2, but we couldn't Sora. Yeah, a little bit. The Square Enix writers actually wanted to have, where am I going? They actually wanted to have Mickey. They wanted Mickey to be the protagonist of the game, and Disney said no. Mickey could not be the protagonist of their game. So that's when they created Sora. And if you ever see some fan art, or not fan art, I'm sorry, oh, what's it called? Concept art of Sora. They actually had him imagined as more animal originally. He had fluffy ears and a tail, kind of like a cat. I have an art book around here somewhere. I'll show it to you sometime with the image in it. So we gotta go this way now. Do we have any 2s? Really? No 2s, huh? Alright, well I got a 3. So this is one where everything moves really slowly. And I still got hit by it because I'm a genius.
Like it?
Like it? Listen to him. He's like, I'm beating you. Do you enjoy this? Silly Riku.
Take this.
Take this.
Like it?
Level up. Raise up that HP. Gotta do a little bit of grinding. So with Sora, the grinding wasn't really necessary. Well, no, I'm saying it backwards, actually. With Sora, the grinding was exceptionally necessary. If you didn't have a high enough CP, you couldn't fill your deck with enough cards to have a realistic shot of winning fights. With Riku, if you're good enough, you don't really have to level, because all you're doing is boosting his attack damage. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to use my Lasting Days and my Key of Guidance. So this world does have more story to it than most of the other worlds because Riku spent more time here, so it makes sense that he's got more memories here. No one here either. There's nothing but Heartless in this castle. Excuse me. Voice! I know you're watching, so explain this. Where are the people from my memories? Do you want to see them? Of course I do. But you cast them aside. What? You dreamt of the outside world, and you passed through the door to darkness. Behind you, you left family, friends, home. Everything, all in pursuit of darkness. But I cast that aside too. And what do you have to show for it? First your home, then the dark. Your heart knows only how to cast away. It's empty, like that room. Like your memories. That's why you don't meet anyone. Your heart is hollow. Except for the residual darkness. You're wrong! I rejected the darkness! Ha ha ha! Did you really now? Key to truth. So I really like that the first scene, I meant to mention it then, of course I'm easily distracted. That first scene we got to see Riku's room, like a little bit of backstory about where was Riku sleeping during the events of Kingdom Hearts. Well, it was in this room. Now it raises the question, where was Sora sleeping? But I guess you could say he was probably sleeping back at Traverse Town. Come back here. I wouldn't say Riku never had any friends. He had friends, he was willing to throw them away when he saw an opportunity. I gotta fix these controls. There we go. Slowly moving.
Take this.
I mean, it's not a bad theory, I suppose.
Take this.
I don't want to give anything away. He was trying to save Kairi. Of course, you have to remember before, when he leaves the island, he's not thinking about Kairi at all, right? He's standing in that pool of darkness, and he's saying, "Hey, Sora, let's just go. Let's follow this pool of darkness wherever it goes. That'll be great, right?" And of course, Sora won't go with him. And then once he leaves, he realizes, "Oh, my world was destroyed. I should probably find Sora and Kairi." And then there was the whole angst because Sora has new friends, and yada yada. Doesn't drop anything, apparently. Soup! What about soup?
Like it.
Are you trying to say that I'm super? And you just got paused halfway through your letter? Your word?
Like it.
Because I am. I appreciate the thought. How you doing? Be fond of John? Yes, that's... I just knew somehow. I knew that's what happened.
Yeah. Ha, like it. Take this. Ha, like it. Take this.
The one thing Sora, or excuse me, Riku does still have to grind for is he still has to grind for map cards, because otherwise you won't be able to go anywhere. I'm so super it left you paralyzed. Well, that is unfortunate. I hope you get that looked at soon. Almighty darkness. Alright, let's go over here, I guess. What do we need? We need a 5 or higher. Let's use that. And that. I knew you would return, Riku. Maleficent, you're alive? You haven't been paying attention. I am but a figment of your memory. Of all the people I could run into, it had to be you. But of course, after all, your heart is steeped in darkness. You can only see those who exist in that same darkness. No. Be grateful you have someone to keep you company. Your heart is empty. Were it not for the darkness it contains, you would be completely alone. That's sounding pretty good right now. Riku. Come now. You once turned to me to sate your hunger for darkness. You want me here. Who but I can grant you the darkness you long for? Alright, thanks. Have a good one. There was a time I did want you around. I surrendered my heart to the dark. But never again. You and your darkness have nothing to offer. All I did was lose myself, empty myself. I'm finished with all that. If I'm stuck seeing people like you, people of the dark, I'll take you out one by one. Then you mustn't forget to destroy yourself last. For, like me, you are one of the dark. That's fine with me. I turned to darkness because my heart was weak. I hate that weakness. It's like I'm my own enemy. And seeing people like you embrace the darkness just makes it worse. Like he's his own enemy. Enough talk, Maleficent. So you hate the darkness enough to fight it? Oh, the agony you must feel. Then let me end your pain, Riku. End it forever. With the wondrous power of darkness! Bum, bum, bum. And now we got the... it would have been cool if they had different boss music for Riku and Sora, but you can just kind of deal with what you got sometimes, I guess. Let's use this. And then jump up there. And now we can just sit up here and unleash combos at will. Have you noticed that when I break cards, it puts a little number next to it, right? So it doesn't just say card break, it says card break, and then it gives a number next to it. That's part of the new mechanics we're going to learn about here shortly. Come on, Riku, you gotta kill her before she kills you, because you got no heals, buddy. There we go. Alright, so she's much easier when Riku fights her as the first boss than when Sora fights her as one of the last bosses. Level up! And we get a Maleficent card. Here's a quick shout out to all of my patrons. For as little as $1 a month, you too can have your name listed here. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like and subscribe buttons to help me reach more people.